Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the Next Block's special episode. We're here on the Wednesday, and I want to say a big shout out to the Pigo community for partnering with us and sponsoring this today's show. So, big shout out to Pigo and all the fam over there. And we have a special guest waiting backstage. Y'all see all the announcements on Twitter, so we about to go in today. How you doing, Crypto for Change?
Yeah, doing good. Excited to one again. Thank you to the Pigo community, and excited to kind of see. I know a lot of people in the Algorand ecosystem are, especially over the past few, maybe months, weeks, starting to look into some of those other plays outside of maybe just holding algo that are in the Algorand ecosystem that maybe got some better DeFi, better yield that's out there. And so obviously Cometa, having them on the show, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what they see in the market, as well as just what projects are helping, really boost Algorand TVL in the DeFi space, but also, which of these tokens and which of these projects, is a viable, option to earn some good yield. Obviously, I know everybody's looking for the 10x, 100x, whatever it may be.
Right.
And there's been a lot of meme coins even on Algorand, starting to launch up, but there are also some solid projects, solid communities that are building that I think deserve some of that mind share as well. And so we're going to be talking about all those. And we also, we got the market doing some volatility. I won't say it's some things are pumping, other things are dumping and kind of going sideways. I know my base bags have been doing the best. I think Solana and I think the base ecosystem have been weathering, maybe even Avalanche. I haven't really paid too much attention to it, but I know that some of those ecosystems are weathering these, Bitcoin drops a little better than others. But that's sometimes it's just the way the market goes. But
Yeah. I'm gonna get the point coin market cap ready as well. Yeah.
yeah,
So, how y'all feeling about Bitcoin? Make sure y'all let us know. Bitcoin. We see Ethereum had a crazy pullback.
yeah. Yeah, that thing.
Crazy
I mean, ETH
pullback.
hit like 4K, and then it almost hit 3K.
Yeah.
Last in the hours of last night. Right now, it's at like 33, so it's popping back a little bit. I will say the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. Ethereum bounced back in that big, flag pennant, I guess you could say it's been
Mhm.
in. And so I still expect Ethereum's, L2 big run is to come.
Mhm.
I think as long as Bitcoin can behave, I think the overall crypto market, alts, everything is probably about to see a big influx. We just saw Larry Fink. He's
Yep.
obviously, with the 100 million Ethereum fund. So he's going to be throwing some money out there. I'm sure some meme coins are going to be doing some wild things over the next few months. So it
Definitely.
should be some fun.
Yeah. So y'all see the fear and greed index right here to the right cooled down a little bit. It was in the 80s, so that's probably good for the pullback. And we look at Bitcoin down 12% in the last 7 days, Ethereum 16, almost 17%, even Tether down, 0.12%. So that's something funny there. But the monster, tell me if y'all in Solana, the monster Solana is still trucking away. Can't believe
Most
it's
people, most people can't even get out of Solana, even if they're in it. Now, too many failed transactions.
Yeah, definitely. And the XRP been sitting flat for 5 years, so
I
very
swear, I swear.
interesting.
I just hope the Algorand. I just hope that doesn't happen to the Algorand community, and Algo's not the next XRP that's just like forever waiting for the, for the giga pump.
Yeah. That's a possibility. It's always
Yeah.
on the table.
Matty I saying in the chat, ETH was brutal but healthy. We had a pullback. Exactly. That's the thing, is like in a bull
Yep.
market like we're in right now, these pullbacks, guys, are healthy corrections so that we can move higher. Because that's the
Yeah.
thing, is a lot of new retail just got sucked into memes and different projects, and it's cooling off. It's making them second guess all their buys. Oh my gosh, is it crashing? Is it going back
Mhm.
to the bear market? And just like then, and a lot of the seasoned vets, I think, are going to end up saying, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna buy back in lower, and they're going to wait too long, and that green candle is going to come printing in the middle of the night. You're going to wake up, and then you're going to be FOMOing back in, probably higher than what you sold at before. So
I think so.
you got to
Like we,
stay smart.
yeah, we've seen like some of these right here. Bitcoin SV. I know some people like Bitcoin SV beat up. Floki went crazy down. Algorand down almost 30%.
Yeah, that
This
one, I
shit-
mean, it literally lost a third almost, because it was at 32, 33 cents, and then,
Mm,
just
yeah.
boom, it got hit hard.
Injective shot up to $50 a few days ago and then lost all of that. So
Yeah.
I'm like kind of blown away. That ecosystem got beat up a little bit as well. A lot of the meme coins on here. Who's still
Yeah.
rocking with Ape and Board Ape Yacht Club?
No way. No
No
way.
way. Uh-uh.
That's ancient. Just like the logo depicts, it's a skull, it's death,
Yeah.
dead.
Good. GM, I'm so bullish. Welcome to the show. Samino, welcome to the show. Again, we already said hello to Maddie, KP. Yeah, with the moons getting ready to moon. And then yes, P Gold Army. Let's go, P Gold Army. So we're almost ready to bring on our special guest to the show.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's bring Cometa on and Nikita, and let's talk about some Algorand ASAs and what's going on here.
Welcome to the show, Nikita.
Yeah, Cometa is here.
I like
Hey.
the energy. I
Hi,
like the
hi,
energy.
hi, hi, shining
Yes,
bright.
yes, bright light shining Cometa. So welcome to the show. Welcome. So we got some new
Yo,
people
guys, thank
also in
you.
the audience. Let's break down. Introduce yourself and introduce Cometa.
All right, so I'm Nikita, and I have a lot of different roles in life, but now my favorite role is to be CEO of Cometa, and Cometa is number one DeFi platform on the Algorand. Uh, we provide great options for staking, for farming. We have DEX aggregator. We have our own NFT collection. Now we have a game. We released a game 1 month ago because we want our community to be fully happy and to have different kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And to be honest, it's not many games we have on Algorand, and so we wanted to give some fun utility to our NFTs and our token. And so now we are rolling out the game. It will be
Mhm.
final version sometime soon. But yeah, we're now focusing on being like community DeFi because when we just started Cometa, we wanted to build a really serious and complicated financial instrument for big guys, I would say, which called liquidity as a service, and it's still
Mhm.
like in our pocket, but we didn't get enough funds to finish it, and so now we are focusing on doing smaller things, but which will make more impact for the community. So the community, all the degens, and so we started. We I don't know. I can tell a lot. I can speak a lot. I
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah. No, I do. I do have one quick question, just to kind of maybe hone in on something from for Cometa, and that's I remember when I first got started in Algorand, the staking platform that everyone kind of fell in love with was Yieldly, right? And so that was somewhere where projects would have to. Yeah, I'll say this. Yieldly was also shady in a way where if you wanted to launch your project on Yieldly, you had to almost like pay a ransom to Seb Quinn to actually get it listed and get those staking things done. One of my questions for Cometa is with all these various protocols and projects that we see on your platform that are either farming pools, staking pools, and whatnot, is it decentralized where anyone can launch these staking contracts and farming contracts, or do they have to come through Cometa's approval system, or like is there a DAO type voting measure on how you guys list certain protocols and projects tokens over others, or how does that work?
well, that's a good question because yeah, as you said, the a Yieldly approach wasn't really good, and actually their pools wasn't fully Web3 as well
Yeah.
because they were paying rewards, I think, once per day or something. So yeah, our protocol is fully permissionless. The
Mm.
only thing is that front end is not decentralized yet, but yeah, anybody can launch their own pool uh, with any ASA that is out there, and on our even on our front end, we don't have any limitations on what can you do. Like um, for having everything not not having a scams, we have a special verified badge that we give to the projects.
Mm.
We have our own internal due diligence system which
Mhm.
called I just take a look on the project. If it looks legit, then I give my
Makes
mark.
sense. Yeah.
So for example, to be honest, with B Gold, they just entered the space really loudly, I would
Yeah.
say,
They
with
did. Yeah.
lots of money. And at first, I was really skeptical. I was like, what the fuck? And so I didn't want to give them a badge. I was thinking, and then I realized that okay, those guys, they're legit. They just have a lot of support already.
Right.
That's why it all looks like.
Well, Algorand's not used to a lot of money. Yeah.
Yes, exactly, bro. Yes.
That's very true. Very
Yeah,
true.
you know, they came from Polkadot, so Polkadot they gets it in over there.
And when they launched, Polkadot was also obviously was. I'm pretty sure when Pigo kind of moved over into Algorand, it was still kind of the bear market was kind of just starting to turn around. I'm pretty sure Algorand was still sitting at like 9 cents, and Polkadot's ecosystem was actually still kind of roaring and still holding up pretty well. And so, yeah, you had them lock a ton of liquidity.
Yep.
Show the top pools. On I mean, they've literally got the Polkadot community is huge. I mean,
Huge,
they got
yeah.
800,000 TVL locked right there, and some of that is locked for over 300 days.
It's impressive.
Yeah, they had like almost 3 million on the top, and that was mind blowing. We're really grateful to the guys for choosing us.
Yeah.
We are glad to like help such a big community. But the thing is that I think that actually 300 days lock is a bit overkill, but it's okay, because also in those pools, if the pool ends but the lock is still going, then you still should need to wait for lock to
Locked.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if you enter the pool right now, you will need to wait for 300 days, and so it's just a bit
You got to
too
be
long.
really bullish on on how long this bull market's going to last. What I would say.
Yeah. Well,
you might
say,
actually make 2 cycles. You might be able to make it through the bull, the bear, and back into the bull. Who knows?
Yeah. So it looked like definitely the second pool earned us 18%, and that 20-hour lock. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. 20 hours gives you for sure enough time that, if you see enough, gains in the market and you want to pull out, I mean, heck, that's, you unstake, you go to sleep, you wake up and you got your, your tokens and your gains. Now, I am curious, the money you earn, like if you are staking in these contracts, is the earned amount like auto compounded back into it during while it's locked, or do you claim your rewards? Can you claim those outside of having to wait for the duration of the lock?
Yeah, that's what it says right here. Yeah, claim withdrawal, all rewards are lost. Yeah.
Okay.
Good point, KP. Good point.
No, you cannot compound during the lock.
Okay.
We tried to implement that, but it's just Algorand is more secure than other chains, and so you cannot automate some things. So for example, it's hard to do auto compounding. So we have actually compound button, and it works for many of the pools. What it does is just basically claims your rewards and then put it back to the pool. But yet during the lock you cannot do that. There was some question on the screen that I missed.
Is it not the case that users can leave the pool when they want and just forgo the rewards? Yeah, and that's what it looks like on here, based on the locking.
Could you just leave the pool early and not claim your rewards?
Yeah, it's I would say a soft lock.
Lock. Okay. Oh, so you're still liquid in a sense.
Yes. And actually, one of the next minor features that we are going to do on our platform is to do locked pools, like vaults, like Prestige has right now. Because there is a big difference between soft lock and a lock. And for me, for example, as a person with ADHD, I really need to lock something, like really lock it, because otherwise,
emotions get in, market movements that make you want to do different things. I totally get that, and honestly, that's the reason why I feel like last bull run, when I first kind of got into crypto, I was locking everything up.
Oh, I locked too much.
I feel like that to an extent is what burned me in the end, because I honestly grew so attached to the platforms I was locking them in and just wanting to be a part of them that I just wasn't even, I didn't even have it in my mind yet to have that like exit strategy. So in this time I've definitely gone a lot. I still lock some things as long as I see, the long term, like, obviously my Algorand and algo governance, because I do see the long term potential of Algorand over the next 5-10 years. But it's like definitely a lot of these meme coins or a lot of these smaller cap coins that I'm holding. Yeah, I'm just holding them in my wallet, maybe adding them to LP somewhere. But yeah, definitely soft locking and making sure I can, it's liquid and I can get out when the market turns, because when it does, it turns fast.
Very fast. So can we talk about, so we have a swap feature here. You said an aggregator swap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, that the swap feature, you could click it on it. The interface still needs a small adjustment, but the thing is that actually, in my opinion, that is the best DEX swap on the Algorand, because it uses deflex, which is like the best router on Algorand, which uses all the DEXs we have, and it creates some roads and distribution, and so you get the best price. And so we have a bit better interface than Deflex themselves. And so if you swap on our platform, then you get the best price with the good UI. And so yeah, we didn't finish it fully because it wasn't really popular before. But now we have plans on improving that a bit and starting to pulling out more, because I think that people, when they do not use our swap, they lose money. So yeah.
Excellent. So make sure y'all try to swap out. And then the farming pool. What's the difference between the farming and the staking?
Well, actually, farming, it's just staking of LP tokens.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the
Got
only
it.
difference.
So that's a way you can almost like double dip, if I'm hearing
Yeah.
that, kind of like how Yieldly had, where you could stake certain things and then, or you could farm and then you could also stake your farming tokens, right?
Yeah.
Makes
But
sense. Okay.
so farms, it's a really great way for projects to increase their liquidity. So for example, now we have a pretty decent liquidity on our token Meta. And to be honest, we need to spend like a decent amount of money in Meta tokens to achieve a good liquidity. But we definitely need to reward people for them to provide that liquidity, because when they do that, they have a risk of impermanent loss when their pair will shift, and so we need to pay them for that. And actually, our liquidity as a service concept, it was fully focused on helping projects to gain liquidity to their tokens in the cheapest way. So there is like some algorithm of how can the money spending, so whatever. And I mean, that's our goal here, is to help projects make their tokens stronger. So yes. And
yeah, I mean, even just looking at that farm right there, the one, if you're someone who's into folks finance and you got the G algo, I mean, you could literally come over, pair your G algo with Cometa, and yeah, it's 170%, that you'd be earning right there. I mean, and it's like ends in 51 days, so it's like, that's probably the duration of your governance window that you would be staking for. So it's really cool to have these extra things, especially for a lot of tokens that maybe they have the utility within the within their own project, but it's like, the ability to earn that, that type of return outside of just what the coin is providing is huge.
Yep. And then we got staking over 1 million TVL. That's huge right there. Again, for those who missed the P gold, it's the big pool right there. These two. And then let's talk about MetaPunks. School us on MetaPunks.
So now is like a new era of Meta. So we arrived on Algorand and we started with MetaPunks. And actually,
I remember,
we had a concept of MetaPunks, and we were choosing a blockchain, and we decided to go with Algorand because at that moment it had really huge potential. So now, to be honest, I'm not so bullish on Algorand, because it lost some of its potential, but still it's good. And so we started with MetaPunks. We had a good sales. We actually won innovative Algorand hackathon in 2021
Hmm.
in the digital arts track. And so since then, to be honest, we didn't pay enough attention to the collection because yeah, we have a pretty sick like AR feature, so you can just take your phone, put your Metapunk somewhere in your room, or and after that, we just released Metapunks with animations. So there is an animated Metapunks, and you also can put them into AR or VR. But our thoughts were about metaverse and that you could use our models in the metaverses. But the
Mm.
thing is that all popular metaverses, they do not allow to use custom models because
Uh,
for them it's like a good business model to have their own models. And so it turned out it's not that easy to put our Metapunks into all the 3D projects that we really wanted to do. And so we were focusing on the DeFi aspect of our project, and NFTs were, I'd say, were put on break. And now, with the release of the game, we give Metapunks a new life
mm,
because when we released the final version of the game, you could use your Metapunk in the game. It will have different dances. Then we will add stats, and so yeah, you can literally put your Metapunk, dance with him, fight with other guys. There will be PvP system, tournaments, and so yeah, we brought some utility to our guys, and I hope that people will have fun. Actually, since the release of our game just 1 week ago, we already have 100,000 battles played in our
oh
game.
wow.
So what is the game specifically?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like you to show it right now on the show because it's just in the
Still work
beta.
in progress.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We just, I actually implement incremental approach to everything now in life, and so our project works the same, and the game is also the same approach. So we released the minimum viable version of the application just to gather feedback as fast as possible, and so
Yeah.
now it's a bit ugly, but it's already playable and you can already earn some meta tokens. And so this 100,000 games is because I know some guys that are grinding hard.
Right.
Some people already wrote scripts which play for them. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, guys. It
That's
sounds like
crazy.
the game. It has pretty simple mechanics. So there are battles 101 versus one, and your models, they are characters, they are able to dance different kinds of dances, and so you choose which dance you will dance this round. Then you have like a dancing scene, and based on some complicated mechanics, somebody wins the round. And so you
Okay.
have several rounds, and who gets the max score, that he will win. And so now we're implementing a fun feature with betting. So you will
Okay.
able to do to place a bet in meta tokens and win some tokens back. And we'll see how it goes. We'll test it with the uh, versus computer first, and then we release PvP. And so people will be able to dance, placing bets. And so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Looks like we
we
did have a
question.
go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah. Question from Dan, aka Uncle Sam.algo. Says, how do we claim the Meta NFT that was offered in one of the last farms? It says he thinks the LP was Meta Algo. Believe the reward was a Meta plus an NFT.
Yeah. And he
Oh
said
yeah,
had
I
a
got.
six
The
day
thing is,
lock.
the thing is that we implemented a feature that allows projects to put extra NFT rewards to their pools. The
Okay.
thing is, it's not like decentralized feature. It's just our like server gathering NFTs and then sending them. The thing is that there is a probability of you winning an NFT when you claim your rewards on the pool. And
Okay.
so for that pool, we had something like 20% of winning the NFT. We had like Metapunks, we have Toucan Tribe. So we had different projects there.
Yeah.
And so I think if the guy didn't have an NFT, he was just not lucky enough.
Okay, so it's just a probability thing, because it looks like the other guy, even Cloudy, was saying that he says I won an NFT. You were supposed to win. It looks like you win once you claim your reward, so it's just a probability thing.
All right. Okay. Then he needs to just please reach out to our support in Discord or
Okay.
in Telegram, and we will assist.
Yeah, same with you, Sam. Here's another question. Maddie Ice, Nikita, what makes you think different now about Algorand?
I thought this show is supposed to be fun.
They drilling today.
Well, I'll say this: we did. I don't think you didn't know this before. We did. You got the news when you first jumped on, and we mentioned to. We did just get a new CMO for Algorand, and he apparently has a lot of experience being at Google and helping the developer ecosystem with Android and building that to the massive success that it was. So maybe that can be the positive news. But yeah, give your thoughts.
Well, but I didn't like it at the moment when you said that he's not experienced in crypto at all.
That's what I seen. I didn't see any experience.
Because I mean,
the last person had the same situation.
Our Algorand CEO, Algorand Foundation, like Stacy, she's really experienced in finance, like really like hard working. But because she didn't have enough experience in crypto, I think that her current progress isn't like really great. It's not bad, but it's not great as well. And so I think that crypto experience is, because I worked at Google as well, and so it doesn't give you anything. It's not some magical thing. It's just a simple job. And so having experience in crypto would be nice. And it's also could be one of those Algorand things that we will spend a lot of money on something that sounds really cool, but actually the impact will be not big. And so
it's like Nike.
Let's hope it will change. But to answer the question, like the first thing is that you look at CoinMarketCap. So when the guys were surfing it, like Algorand is 57th place right now.
Yep.
When we started on Algorand, it was like 20th place. On the peak, it was like 16, I think.
Yep.
And so it's not, sometimes the blockchain can drop in value and then he will rise, but still this drop is just really huge, and it's not good.
Yeah.
And so I just think that Algorand spent too much money on things that didn't bring proper impact to the ecosystem. So I think they weren't. I cannot blame, because now when I had experience in running projects, I understand how it's hard to choose proper collaborations and stuff. But just I don't know what to say. The technology is still dope. And actually, that's why we chose Algorand in the first place, because of the technology. But unfortunately, now I see that for any IT product, like technology is maybe 20% of success, and all others is marketing, PR.
Yeah, I'll say from what I've noticed, experimenting with Base. I know a lot of people may be tired of hearing me talk about Base, but it's just because it's a hot thing, right? I'm not big on Solana. I tried even getting into the Solana memes. Honestly, I should have held my whiff and my Popcat, because I'd had like over 50,000. I jumped in early, but I was tired of the failed transactions and a lot of the issues that were going on, just trying to use Radium and some of their dexes, because it's a lot smoother experience on Algorand. But when looking at something like Base, I think what Algorand got wrong is how the marketing and the team is pushing the attraction of developers, not just like, from a standpoint of like, oh, we're partnering with this college or with this university to onboard developers, or hey, we got a new coding language, but like actually like being in the trenches with them, right? Like the leaders of these other ecosystems, they're, you see them on social media talking with the developers, and you see the developers when they build cool stuff, they get grants. Whereas I feel like at the beginning, kind of like you said, a lot of money went gone on Algorand. It's because Algorand was giving money out without really being able to verify that anything was getting built. And so then that put them behind the 8 ball now, where they can't, they can't spend as much as they probably want to attract these developers. And now they're just trying to, to their play on chess this year, the gambit. Now they got to be smart. Every move has to be calculated to really get them out of the position they're in and into a more favorable position. I do think a lot of the things they have moving forward in 2024 are going to be bullish. And I'm also bullish on even the grants. I know a lot of people have been hitting them on like it should be retroactive, kind of like how Base and Optimism are with, hey, you build something cool and then we'll send you more money to keep building. And I think that could be something that does help. But, some people think, is it a little too late?
For Algorand, it's just for each other non-EVM compatible chain, it's a challenge to attract developers. And you mentioned, right, that Blast, you mentioned Base. No, Base is also EVM compatible. So it's easy. And for Algorand, for example, in the beginning, from the developer perspective, it was really hard because there was no proper tools, no documentation and stuff. And so now you're able to write smart contracts with like pure Python. To be honest, I haven't properly checked it out yet, but soon I will, because we have the roadmap and we need to deliver some stuff. But still, even though you can use pure Python, you need to somehow tell developers that they need to do that, why they need to choose Algorand. And it's a big challenge. And I cannot blame guys, because it's hard. It's really hard. But I don't know. They need to do something about that, because at some point when we were running our project, we had those thoughts that we need to attract people from other chains to Algorand so they could use our product. And we were supposed to pitch Algorand for every our investor that we were reaching out. We were supposed to talk about Algorand, why is it good, and stuff. And at some point, to be honest, I was tired, because I still think that, the foundation, its main goal to make the blockchain popular and to tell the world about it. It's not like the project's supposed to do that. Of course, we want the blockchain to succeed, and of course, but for example, now I see that in our roadmap, by the end of the year, we want to make some of our features multi-chain. But it's like, but I don't know, a controversial topic, because on that one hand, you support your blockchain by bringing people from other chains, but on the other hand, you just start using other chains instead of properly developing your product on them.
That's what it seems like. A
bridge
lot
goes both ways.
Definitely. It seems like a lot of bridges are going one way nowadays with Algorand. But I do want to pull this one up real quick. Thanks for the super chat, Need for Speed. And this might be for you then. Your thoughts on Stronghold, SHX. I don't know what that is.
I also don't know what
I literally just looked it up on CoinGecko. I mean, it's ranked in like the top, it's like 869.
Okay.
But yeah,
Tell
honestly,
us more, Need for Speed. Thank you for the super chat.
Market cap of 35 million. So, fully diluted doesn't show, but it looks like I don't know, it looks like it might be a good spot to buy in. I've not done any DD. So give us the alpha. Let us know why we should be looking into Stronghold.
So right now,
also there was a question right under that one from Cloudy. It says, like, how does Cometa make revenues? And also I kind of want to pair this with, you've had some of these larger projects like the P-Gold community who kind of came in and threw a lot of liquidity, and it's locked. How does, big contributions like that, does that further help, Cometa's revenue boosting, formula, or, how do you guys make money on Cometa?
Difficult questions. The thing is that we haven't implemented our main our holy grail of our project, which was liquidity as a service, which were supposed to be our main source of the revenue. So now we get revenue from fees for creating pools. We have a fee of 100 algos and 1% of the whole amount of the rewards. And so this 1% actually now started to bring like good fees. For example, from the P Gold pool, and also guys from Fry project, we got a good fees, which actually allowed us to start developing again. Like,
nice.
That's nice.
Good. Shout out to Pigo community.
P Gold, the best. Let's fucking go. Yes, because during the bear market we didn't have any money, and so we were just forced to put a small ad window to our website, so we could earn money to at least cover the
keeping the website up and things like that. Yeah.
Because of course we do not talk about paying for our time to like making sure that everything works properly. And so yes, fees are main revenue right now, and the next products that we are going to launch also, we will have some fees here and there. And we'll see.
Nice. Hey, that's all you need, is at least a plan to implement to be profitable.
But it's just it's this my favorite thing in crypto, that people, they're just too used to have free money, they don't like to pay for things. If you set the fees too high, they will say that you are
scalping and
so you need to find this balance between earning at least something and not making people sad as well. And so
it's tough too when you don't, it's tough too when you have low liquidity, low just activity on a chain too, from a standpoint of transactions, because especially Algorand, because transactions are cheap. It's not like it's Ethereum where the fees are expensive, and maybe you can, people are used to paying a lot for fees, where it's like Algorand, people are used to paying a small amount, and the only way that really comes to making money is you got to have a lot of transactions where those small fees add up. And so it's definitely I can see the road bumps there. But we're going to take a quick ad break, and then we will hop right back into some more discussion. We're also going to highlight some of the cool things that P Gold's done as far as their community token, because I know, like I said, that one's been a huge one for you guys.
P Gold.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, check this first ad out by Exit Market, and then we'll get into Gora. Hey, welcome back to this special episode. We got Cometa here. We definitely are going to be diving in deeper into P Gold in a moment. Big shout out to our other sponsors, Non-Fungible Domains, Exit Market, Gora, and Lofty. So when we talk about P Gold, from the very beginning, P Gold has dropped all of its tokens and the full supply is out there and they had to be purchased. So that's a big part. As we said, P Gold came through with the bag. And I think that's very positive for our community. We see a huge liquidity that they have. You've seen it on Cometa's platform, and we'll show you on Tinyman and Vestige as well in a moment. They have increased the TVL. And everyone in the community, like we said, this episode is sponsored by the Pigo community, not necessarily Pigo. So people have taken responsibility and roles to push this token. And then like right here, Maddie say, we all should be promoting P Gold because again, something that Algorand lacked is liquidity, right? So if they're bringing liquidity on, that attracts other people to come into the community, and then that's how we all can grow together. So I think that is huge right there. And then lots of trading volume, of course. So what we're gonna do is pull up Tinyman, and we know that P Gold is have a few partners right now. So Meta is one, and then another one is yours. And I know a lot of people like the stable coins. So we're gonna scroll down, and first of all, see some of the numbers here. 300,000 locked here on Tinyman or on Tinyman liquidity. And then if we go to some of the pools here, the two biggest ones here is yours, the stable coin, and then Meta, and of course Algo with over 600,000 in TVL, So I think that is great for what the ecosystem, has as a whole.
Yeah, you're definitely right in a way that any token that have TVL like increases the TVL of the whole ecosystem, and that is what people need to understand. And it wasn't the case actually before Tinyman implemented the proper routing between their pools, because before you were supposed to have your pair with Algo if you wanted to have a good liquidity, and now you can have any kind of pairs with your tokens. That's why, for example, we now do liquidity partnerships with projects like with P Gold, for example, where we just pair the tokens from our treasuries together. And so we are like, we don't spend actual money, but we both get additional liquidity to our tokens. And so I think that such kind of partnerships are really beneficial for the whole ecosystem, because to succeed we need a big TVL, so the people from outside, they would see the numbers and like, oh, okay, something is happening there, let's go see. So you're right.
Then we're going to go ahead.
I was just going to say, pulling it up on Vestige here too, I feel like this is something that we saw early on, especially in the Coop community. Coop coin, a lot of people were locking the Coop token when it first launched to show a good faith, right? That hey, we're in it for the long haul, we're in it to build. And I think you also do see that with the P Gold token, with a large percentage of the liquidity in either stable pairs, like with the euro and with the dollar maybe, and then also a lot of it's locked and been burned. So that does also add to that security measure of hey, this isn't going to be a rug with massive amounts of the liquidity locked up.
Yeah, you see at the bottom, total liquidity burn, 1.1 million P Gold. That's over almost 400,000, which is kind of crazy. And then you got the market cap is at 1.7 million, over 1.7 million, which would place P Gold as one of the highest market caps in the whole ecosystem.
I think that also just goes to highlight how, still early, Algorand is in its adoption curve. If we do hit that, level of, that every, like the Solana and like the, other chains that have just really took off, because for a project to be able to come in, if you go back to that main page, for a project to be able to come in and you look at the, leading ASAs on Algorand, P Gold's number 3 right there. You have DeFly. Obviously, that project's been around. Chips has been around for a while. Vestige, Invest, Opulus, Coop.
Look at the volume here too.
Yeah. the volume, but the market caps on these are, I mean, there's not many. I mean, Opulus would be the outlier. I think it's just because it launched on Ethereum and Algorand. But being multi-millions, most of these are under 5 million market cap. So there's a lot of plays on Algorand that, as Algorand, a lot of people believe Algo itself, as a token price is going to get to maybe north of $1. Obviously, there's bulls who think $2, $3, $4, $5. But you have to think, if that's the case, then a lot of these tiny, market cap coins, projects like P Gold sitting at 1.7, DeFi 2.2, KubeCoin under $1 million, you would have to think there is a lot of room for some of these projects to run. What are your thoughts there?
That's definitely a thing. But we just need to understand what is the value of the tokens.
Right.
So, for example, I have a small story about a KubeCoin because
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
It's in my heart. And actually, so to continue my story, like about the Cometa as well, a year and a half ago, somewhere near Decipher, 2022. Actually, I remember.
Yes. You came on the show. Yeah. I should pull that picture up. Where is it at?
Yes, so it's really nice to be here.
Yes.
And so after 2 months after Decipher, we reached the point when we ran out of money and we couldn't get money from investors because it was a bear market and Algorand. So, I mean, we had to lay off the most guys in our team and to put development on a break. And so nothing was happening for maybe 6-7 months. And I was just supporting some processes and make sure that the platform works. But then maybe in August or September, I started to do some things again, to make socials, to think about planning. And at that point, KubeCoin emerged. And I took a look at that and I was like, And I really liked it because it's really a community token. It's fully distributed. There are no big bags really, and it wasn't supposed to be something. And it's actually with the face of our favorite Coop, who's really great. And so I think that Coop community was really kind, and as a Cometa, I started to support it, and they started to support us. And so together, the Coop coin a bit raised, Cometa got a lot of attention, and actually because of Coop community, Cometa actually, has grown a lot during last several months, and it all started with KubeCoin because I also, the point of the story, I saw this power of Algorand community that the guys are really warm, together. At some point, I did a community fundraised Kube pool. And so there were a lot of donations from I don't know, more than 100 guys. And so we had a pool that were fully funded by the community. And since then, now on Cometa, you always can find the staking pool Coop where you can earn Meta. Oh, yes, breaking news. That's right.
I know, right? It's so funny.
So, and for example, back to the question. Polka Gold, to be honest, I don't understand fully the proposition, what is the value of the token. So guys, you're maybe more connected with them. You could explain why, for example, Polka Gold should at some point grow, because as I said, for example, I understand the KubeCoin, which
so I can compare a little bit, because it was with Coop, what people it was the fairly distributed. And then with Polka Gold is fairly locked, so you have to buy it. So it's very, I would say, similar. Coop had 20 million, 21 million coins. Polka Gold has 10 million, and I think that right there gives the store value narrative, as a guy says. It has a distribution, and then I would add Polka Code also came in with a bag which was different from KubeCoin.
Yeah.
KubeCoin
Yeah.
was a lot of people putting things up. Polka Gold came with a bag from Polka Dot, which we made a tutorial video for them as well, and they have brought over a lot of people from that ecosystem. And then you know
Yeah.
how it is, once you touch the Algorand technology, you start to stay around a little bit longer. So that's what I see.
Yeah, I would say it's a store of value, right? It's everybody's bid that these lower, trying to compete with the Bitcoin like narrative where hey, it's fully distributed. It was a fair distribution if you're looking at Coop, and obviously P Gold gave everybody a fair opportunity when launching it and trying to and knowing that they didn't have right, they're an anon team. No one no one knew who it was, not like it was with Coop, but that's where and this is the the beauty and the benefit of blockchain to show, hey, this isn't a rug. We're not going to rug you. We're going to lock and burn.
Yep. Shout out to Vestige.
A massive amount. And because Algorand had those tools, where they could do that, I think that's why you've seen first off, you look at the chart right there. I think that's why you saw that really big rise in value. And then obviously, it's remained pretty stable. Obviously right now it's, a little bit testing some support, but I think that's just because everything right now is testing support because the market's ready for that next leg up, right? We're sitting at all-time highs. The total market cap 3 is ready. Alts against Bitcoin looks primed to run. So I think everything is testing those. Do you really believe in the community that's being built? Because honestly, as much as a utility for a token matters, I would go a step further and say the community is what matters, because if there's no community behind the token, it doesn't matter what utility it has, it won't do anything. And that's why I think a lot of people, especially in the Algorand ecosystem, they hate memes, and that's why memes have really not done what they maybe could have done on Algorand. It's because they don't understand that community is what drives all of these narratives and all of these coins. And that's why you have something like Solana. People are okay, having failed transactions or waiting longer and having a maybe a worse user experience because the community's vibing, right? I'm in a few group chats that are Solana people, and like they're vibing 24/7. They're just hopping into the next meme coin, and it's a culture, right? I mean, I do know this, as much as I say it, I do know that there's going to be a time where that ends and the dancing's done and the money's pulled, but hey, like Warren Buffett always says, dance while the music's playing, but once you better make sure you're ready to stop.
Yeah. It's like who gonna pull out the the fastest, and the last people to pull out on those meme coins are the meme.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So back to Cometa. Anything else you would like to share before we slowly start to close this show out, or any other comments in general about crypto or Algorand?
When I was listening to you, I love Bitcoin. Not so long ago, I became Bitcoin maxi finally. So now the biggest part of all my crypto holdings is Bitcoin, because before, maybe just 2 years ago, I didn't understand those people who were like Bitcoin, we're buying Bitcoin. And now I understand that only like Bitcoin is truly legit, like token, and all other. And so, and I see no chances of Bitcoin being less than 100K. So at some point, it's inevitable. So, now those all-time highs, to be honest, I wasn't even like excited, like, or so happy, because it was just so expected. So I was like, okay, it happened. At the day when Bitcoin like broke that 70K, I was like, okay, it happened. So it's not like, wow, all right, hooray. And so, it's talking about that crypto is going really high, and because Cometa is also going to go really high this year, we have a big plan about releasing different small features to try to feed different needs of the Algorand community, and we will partner with different projects. We will try to come up. So we're actually now having fun in our team.
Excellent.
Since the start of the year, we got 2 new members in the team, or actually 3 new members in the team. And so all these guys, they like to have fun, they like to express themselves. And so now in the game, we're trying what we can do together as a team. But we already have some kind of roadmap of the features that we will deliver. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited, and just want to say thank you to everybody who support us, because any engagement or even in socials, it helps us. Uh, and also it helps to understand that we do needed things, because I'm pretty experienced like developer. I had already different small projects, and I had a lot of mistakes trying to do something that is not needed for anybody. So we had such examples on Algorand. I won't name those because we're nice and butterflies and so. So yeah, I'm just excited about this year. Yeah, I think that crypto is going in the right direction, and I have hopes for Algorand as well. Let's see.
What's your Algorand price target? Where do you think Algorand can get? And let's say, and I'll serve it up a little, for the optimists who are super bullish on Algorand. Let's say the Algorand gambit, right? Let's say it pays off, and the incentivization of nodes, the move to peer-to-peer gossip and being more decentralized attracts developers. And hell, let's say the CMO actually is the first successful CMO and is and brings developers into the Algorand ecosystem. What's your thoughts on by the end of 2024 where Algo could be sitting?
Oh, well, so of course, $3 is it can be achieved. I'm not sure that this year. So I think that $1 we should expect. So I think that $1, it's something that will happen. And yeah, you mentioned those things that need to work out, so everything would be good. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, just okay. To be honest, I'm not that bullish on Algorand because I don't see some, proper catalysts for Algorand price to rise. So
right.
The why I'm happy right now is just I realize that I do things that brings me joy, and I just want to be with Algorand community, and so the price itself doesn't mean so much because now I have some outside of the crypto, some hustles to get money for life, and so now I'm doing like Cometa mostly
for fun.
Yeah, for fun, to have joy of other people having fun, and so
and honestly, that honestly is if you look at other ecosystems right now that are mooning and pumping. And obviously the one I'm going to highlight again is Base, and that's just because I'm on the new social media app that they have called Warpcast, and like the vibes over there. It's full of people like that are just wanting to build cool stuff. They don't care about the price. Like there's literally no token on Base. Like obviously, yes, it's Ethereum and you have some meme coins and stuff, but like there's no like Base token that everyone's like, oh my gosh, I hope it moons so I become a millionaire. They're just trying to build cool stuff. And I think if Algorand can get back to that ethos, that alone will attract the energy. Not say the price is going to just, immediately skyrocket, but it'll bring the energy of fresh developers that are looking to build, not looking for a handout, not looking for a paycheck, but are just looking to build some cool stuff because the tech is already there. That's what I'd say.
Yep. Well said.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, y'all. We're about to close out again.
There's one last question, Daisy. If you do jumped in, it says, "Will the Zone token pool get renewed? Do we have any alpha on that?"
Oh, it's actually already renewed. It was created today, so yeah,
boom,
check it out. We didn't mention Gora, but just to quickly say that I'm excited about their future release
Hmm.
of their brand new DeFi,
Yeah,
and I think
Gorify.
that
Mhm.
yeah, I think it will be cool, and yeah, it's hard to predict what we could expect from like, but it's just really cool that they do that, that
Hmm.
they have their opportunities with their Oracle, with their multi-chain, cross-chain. So I think that they do a great job, and so yeah, shout out to them.
Oh,
Yeah, shout
definitely.
out
Yeah,
to Gora.
Gore is a monster project that
Yeah.
gets me excited too because they do have a lot of potential. And as you said, cross chain and some of the other stuff they're doing with credit, so many things that are just outside of the Algorand ecosystem, I think is very positive. Now,
Yeah.
I'll be
And
tapping into some of that Gore cast. Yes, speaking of that, tomorrow,
yeah.
let me pull that up.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, I'll even say Matty Ice put a comment. P Gold can be a catalyst if it takes off, more volume, liquidity coming to the system. I mean, that's the thing with any of these community projects, any ASAs, any tokens on Algorand. If the community gets behind it, if people have enough belief and trust in the mission of your token, of your project, whatever it is, that is what spurs it on. There are so many, really to look at Solana with and some of these meme coins achieving the statuses and the levels they did. That's ultimately what led to all the rest of the crazy stuff that's kind of gone on. So, it only sometimes takes one or two things to really pull in the eyes and bring that attention. And maybe P Gold
Definitely.
will be that catalyst.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
hope so. We need it. So tomorrow, make sure y'all tap in for the Gora cast. We will be co-hosting on Twitter. So we'll have
Mhm.
some Algorand Foundation people pop up. Adam, the head of global community, Joanna, head of ecosystem programs, and Doro, head of education. And with Fred,
Autumn and yep.
Autumn, yep. And then we have Abdul, and then of course C Will and Crypto for Change. So make sure y'all tap in tomorrow at 10 a.m. PST or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitter. Here is the poster. Make sure y'all set a reminder and tap in with the Gora cast. All
Heck
right,
yeah.
y'all. Yeah. So
And
again,
Nikita.
Sounds cool.
big shout out to y'all.
Everybody, Goracast.
Heck yeah. And
Yes.
Nikita, thanks so much for coming on the show. Obviously, it's a great pleasure having you on. And as the year unfolds, we'll have to bring you back on later in the year to see how Cometa's done, with the bull run. So we'll have to for sure have you back on.
Definitely, definitely. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you very
Appreciate
much.
y'all.
Thank you
Y'all
very much
have
for
yeah,
having
yeah,
us.
most definitely. Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a
yeah.
pleasure.
All right. Peace, y'all.